So just briefly. So what you have in front of you is the joint 3 CCGs operating plan. So it covers Fareham, Gosport, South Eastern Hampshire, and Portsmouth, to provide that aligned approach for delivery over the next 2 years. You'll note from the layout that it's aligned with the transformation areas and the enabling areas of the STP, which Richard spoke to earlier. And the plan itself sets out the CCG's response to the STP and how locally the CCG will deliver their contribution to the challenges set out in the STP. Along with the operating plan itself, a GP forward view operating plan for Fareham, Gosport and South East Hampshire was also submitted to NHS England, which set out the primary care challenge and deliverables in response to the GP forward view. And in addition to that, there was a 2-year financial plan that was submitted and a 2-year performance and activity plan alongside the operating plan itself. All the assumptions within the local operating plan aligned with the STP assumptions. So it was deliberately put so there was the read across between what we needed to deliver locally and the STP that Richard presented earlier and was presented to the governing board earlier on the agenda. I think, as I said, all the assumptions were in there. All the constitutional standards were shown as delivering from next year onwards, with the exception, it's just flag, so we've just discussed it, ED, because of the challenges we've just talked through, which was shown in the operating plan as not delivering standard 95% target until March 2018, which reflects the current work that we talked about earlier. So I think in summary, the operating plan, the main thing to remember is it aligns with the STP. It's a CCG challenge and delivery of what we're going to do locally to deliver that. If anyone's got any questions, happy to take them.
Yeah, so I think it's important for the governing body to hear. I was, with my STP hat on, I commended Mike for the work he'd done in terms of translating a high-level strategic plan into an operating and delivery model. The kind of the addendum to that feedback, so it was there's always a but, isn't there? It was thank you and a good product, and I've shared the plan around other parts of Hampshire and the Isle of Wight. What I would say is, of course, as an operating plan, and I'm sure it's shared by a number of people, it's still not quite there in terms of the what, who, when, how impact process. So it's an operating plan for an operating plan, and that's the conversation I've been having. Echoes back to the accountable care system, the delivery plan that the system needs, which is, so who is going to do what on February the 18th that's going to realise this change by this date, and what's the monitoring and performance trajectory. So I think it's a very good start, and we should remind ourselves as a governing body that we've never been in this position in January before. We've signed, albeit still risk-based contracts, but signed contracts, operating plan, and clarity, but we've got to use the next 50, 60 days, or slightly over 60 days, to drive out the risk, drive out the clarity and purpose of what the plans need to start on the first over of delivery. So good to receive it, good to note it, but recognise that there's no more than that amount of work required over the course of the next 2.5 months.
Although, of course, it's not actually to note, it's to agree. I mean, in fact, this item is for agreement at the governing body. Are we all content to endorse this as we move forward, all 72 pages of it? Getting nods around the table. That's a good piece of work. Thank you very much indeed.
David, can I just add that if people will have seen the GP forward view plan as part of the lay members will have seen it at the Primary Care Commissioning Committee, and clinical colleagues will have seen it through the JCC, but it's not attached in my version of the papers, so if people would like a version of it, very happy to send it round again.
Thank you very much indeed.
Can I just one other thing? I think Mike, I don't know whether the area team have given us formal feedback on the plan yet. So I know that they have. Okay, so I think the area team, Bennett Lowe and the performance director, has offered individual CCG feedback on the operating plan, so it would be worth us making contact with them.
We have got a phone call with them Friday afternoon at 4 o'clock.
Great, good.
Same with the GP4 review. We've got a meeting next week with the area team to receive that feedback.
So is it an approval in principle,
Subject to
subject to any showstoppers?